Good morning. How we doing? Oh. I might I thought I had rights to use that video. Let me double check real quick. YouTube already has picked up on that video. Looks like that's the first and last time we're getting that. Morning, everyone. Welcome back. Everything from this website is supposed to be safe to use. Yeah, maybe I got to figure out a way to give the guy credit. I don't know. All right, we'll figure it out. Not now, though. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Yesterday, pretty lackluster day. Not much going on. Hold on. Closed my large positions. Took a lot of my profits, guys. And looking forward to finding, some fresh entry points. Markets have been really sideways over the last few days. Not really much interest in the risk reward where we're currently standing. So I figured why not lock some up and relook, right? Sort of relook at this with a fresh mindset. For now, still very bullish, right? Still holding fantastic up here. Still a very strong market, no doubt. Man, would I love some of these pullbacks to come in to really, create that next huge long opportunity. Yes. Do I think we get that? We'll have to see. I don't know for sure yet, but we can clearly see the failures to move higher. We can see the consolidation that's been going on. Do I think that this and then this is your next huge play? Yeah, right. Absolutely. Do I think this would be the best thing to happen on this market for a long? Yeah. Give us some panic, right? Give us some panic back down. Give us a retest of these previous highs. Give us that 20 SMA test. And boy, oh boy, would that be a long opportunity. So we'll see, right? It's still early. It's still very much, right? Here's the thing, right? Just because I want to see that happen, that does not mean I'm shorting this move, okay? There's a very big difference here between looking for this move to happen for longs and shorting it for it to happen. I'm not confident that you're going to get that. Now, the reason for that is because the market has not shown us a reason to fall, right? While it is rejecting highs, it is not breaking down key demand. So you may say, hey, I want this to pull back and I'm going to short it there. Not really much there to say that this is going to go down yet. So let's see. Let's see what today shows. PPI today. We'll see if there's any reactions there. Strongholds over the 6,010 on the ES this morning. Small caps finding a little bit of a pump. And finally, a little bit of life, some kind of life on the semiconductors. I don't think you're going to go higher on this market without semiconductors. So that's what I would really be watching. If the semiconductors catch a bid today, you'll go higher. If they do not, you will not. Right? I don't think you're going to be able to get a NASDAQ to move higher without the semiconductor sector as a whole. You're not going to be able to go higher with AMD, MU, Qualcomm, Nvidia, all these semiconductors weak. I don't think that is going to happen. I think you need that part of the market, and we shall see, because the SMH today is at a very big demand level. It's at the 247 again. It's at the 100 SMA. So if that SMH says, hey, it's time, right, then maybe it is NASDAQ's time to squeeze today. Let's take a look, right? Let's take a look. So let's lock in. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Yeah, YouTube said that they are going to block my video today, so be it. If you're here, well, thank you for being here. Might be a lower view count because of the because of the intro I decided to use this morning. But I'm going to find a way to use it because it's too sick. So we'll figure out a way. Maybe I'll go on Fiverr and get someone to make it for me. That's probably what I should do. Anyone do renderings out there? Send me an email. Do I have the right email on this under here? No, hold on. Down in the description, there's an email if anyone makes renderings. All right. Press that like button, subscribe. Let's get started. Economic calendar. Pull that up real quick. So here's today. Today is Thursday. Wow, quick week. Thursday, PPI unemployment claims 8:30. Powell speaking today at 3 o'clock. Be aware of it. And then retail sales tomorrow, pre-market. Okay, that's that. Let's move on. Let's go to the economic or the earnings calendar. Where the hell is that? There it is. What do we have today? What do we have today? Let's pull this up. So this morning, I think we had, this morning we had Walt Disney. That was this morning. Not much advance. Oh, how did the AAP boys do? Let's go through some of these. Disney. Oh, all right. Nice for Diz here. Nice Diz move. Let's zoom out a little bit. Where's this thing? What's this thing looking like on the daily? It's still quite down. What are we at here? 112. We're up here. All right. I mean, Disney looks very heavy still up around this 120. I mean, all up in this 120 zone, still very heavy on Disney. So I'd still be careful there if you are looking at Disney today. Careful at that 120. Big supply up here, 120s, 126s. So be aware of that, okay? Be aware of up there on the Disney move. Advanced auto parts, how'd we do? Ouch. Lower. We're lower on AAP. Just slightly. Surprise quarterly loss. Plan to close more than 700 stores. It's happening. It's happening. Plan to close over 700 stores. Stock falls after surprise quarterly loss. It's happening. Uh-oh. Don't let me be right. Go buy some blinker fluid. Get that blinker fluid going. All right, let's keep going. For anyone that's new, I got flamed in the chat for thinking that Advanced Auto Parts is not a necessary company. I don't think you can stay alive as a company that sells. I'm just going to move on. You know my stance. Advanced Auto Parts, Walt Disney, tonight, Applied Materials, ASTS, and that's about it. Alibaba Friday. All right. Formats, blinker fluid. Let's get into the futures. So, stop being annoying about it. Get out of here, Junior. I'm not going to stop. All right. So, NASDAQ, 21,250. Very clear. 21,250. Very clear. Can't get above it, right? We're having a very tough time getting above this supply. And until then, I'm going to be cautious up here, right? I'm going to be cautious up here. Until then, I'm going to wait for that breakout to really take any type of major long opportunities. I need lower before I want to trade higher, right? I want lower before I can trade higher because an entry long here, right? An entry long here is just way too close to that 21,250. It's too close to have a positive risk reward, right? If you trade along here, you're smacking yourself right into that high. So it's tough, right? It's tough to set up a trade in here. It's really not a channel that I'd be that interested in setting up trades. It's just time to stay patient. And believe it or not, this type of action is when I would say 90% of traders, that's an ugly zero, blow up their accounts, right? When the market's going straight up, it's fantastic, right? Money is being made. When the market goes sideways, everyone starts blowing up their accounts. And why is that, guys? Right? Why is that? It's because I would assume new traders do not understand that not every day that you wake up and enter the stock market, not every day that you come into this market is equal, okay? Not every day are you that interested in setting up trades, right? This day could be different than this day. This day, right? This is a better opportunity than trading right now, right? And so you can't just wake up and say, oh, man, right, every day is a new day to make money in the stock market. Sure it is, right? Does that mean every day is the best opportunity? No, right? And you need to figure out how to avoid when the market is doing this. And it is now 3 days of it, right? And so there is no excuse to say, oh, how could I know if the market's going to do that? How the hell would I know if the market's going to stay sideways? Well, hello, wake up, right? 3 days of it already doing it. Well, at this point, you need to expect it to do the same, okay? You are not expecting things to change here until they do, all right? So you are walking into the day today without, much expectation. And if you walk in today like you did Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and tried to trade, huge size for continuation moves and it didn't happen, well, then, right, we're not trading the market. We're just trading off of pure hoping and praying for something to happen. So right now, there is absolutely no reason to be putting on major risk. Fantastic day to go outside, right? Fantastic. Stick around for the first few hours. If it looks the exact same, go outside, focus on your mind, go to the gym, right? You don't need to sit here and try to trade this channel. The money is not made in this channel, okay? The money is made in this. When this happens, you want to be here. When this happens, you want to play protective. And so we are not going to get outside of this channel until a level breaks. Until a level breaks. And right now, the levels are not breaking. So here's your level. And I would say here's your level. And as long as you're below this and above this, you're not going to go anywhere on this market. So I would watch 21,250. I would watch 21,000 flat. I would look to see if there's a fail under this low, and let's see if there's a break over this high. If that is not the case, and you see another one of these and another one of these, right, today, then stay away, right? You can look to scalp the extreme high, extreme low if you'd like, but that does not mean you are looking for much more, man. You're only looking for a scalp here. 10, 15% scalp. That's it, all right? That's all you're asking for here. So this is why I'm not that interested in here. That's why I'm taking profits in here. That's why I'm reducing risk in here. And that's why I'm just going to relax in here. And if we pull back to, I would like the 890. I would like the 20,008. I would like that 20 SMA to catch up. Right now, you're doing a little time correction, right? This 20 SMA every day is going to get a little bit higher. Every day, that 20 SMA is going to catch up just a little bit more, right? And if we just do this, then that's a time correction. If we move down lower while this SMA is coming higher, then that is a price correction, all right? And so basically, I am waiting for this 20 SMA right here to catch up to price action. I do not think it is until then, that you get a real nice long here on the market. Maybe it just goes vertical. And I'm not going to hate on it because I am very long the market, right, in terms of shares. I have a lot of money in the market, right? So I'm not going to hate on a straight up move. I'm going to let it happen. But for now, for my options, short-term trading, I'm going to be very precise here and wait for the right setup to occur. Wait for the trade to come to me. Right now, I'm a little bit cautious. So that's the NASDAQ QQQ. It's about as clear as day, 515 to 510. You have a very clear 5-point range. Look at this right here, guys. A 5-point range for the last 3 days on the market. Nothing has changed, right? And so if you take a quick second, and find a way to mature yourself as a trader, okay? If you have had panic attacks and meltdowns and just crazy emotions over the last 3 trading days while we have traded sideways in the exact same range for 3 days, then we need to figure out a way to zoom out and stop trading with emotion, okay? We have not gone anywhere on the market. Nothing on the intraday has meant anything. Not a single move on the intraday has been meaningful, right? So if you're zoomed in on the 30-second, on the nanosecond, right, and you see, something like this, and you start saying, holy shit, the QQQ's tanking. No, sir, it's not, right? It's trading in the same 5-point channel. So if that is, you need to be honest with yourself. If you are getting that emotion on the intraday, if you are feeling like an intraday move is making you change a decision, then you need to zoom out, because there is really no reason to change decisions on an intraday basis when you're seeing the market trade between a 5-point range over 3 days, right? So make sure you are able to not get tunnel vision here, my friends. You do not want to get tunnel vision in this zone. So 510, 515, nothing's going to happen if we trade inside here. It's still technically bullish, right? Because the market is straight up and the market is very bullish. So there's nothing quite bearish about this, right? The bearish move would be this. If you can get this, that would be bearish, right? Short term. But you are not getting that, right? You are still holding 510. So while this is rejecting this high, it's definitely not something you're going to short, right? I'm not going to short into this low and then see this market just squeeze. That's not a short, okay? A short is when a level breaks, and a long is here when a level breaks. You're long when the level breaks, and you're short when the level breaks. If we break above this high and we hold above it, you're long, okay? You're long. If we break below this low and we stay below it, you're short. That is what you're looking for here, for a move towards 505 or for just a squeeze to all-time highs. Until then, you come into the trading day and you expect the same thing, 515 to 510, and you expect it just like it's done for the last 3 days. Doesn't mean it has to happen, but that's how you train your mind to be cautious of getting involved inside of that zone. Daily chart on the ES. I'm just going to show you guys. I don't think you're going to get this in, maybe you get it in a short term, maybe you don't. But I'm going to tell you guys one thing, and go ahead and take a screenshot, clip this clip, and just remember this day. The next long opportunity is going to be 59.15. There's just no doubt about it. That will happen. This level will get tested. It's just a matter of time. You have a very clear reason to believe that. Look at how the market trades, right? You have a channel down here. You have a channel here. And you have created a new channel here, right? Or a new zone, or a new structure, or a new brick, however we want to call it, right? We use the bricks. So you can see, right? Here's your cement. We talk about this all the time. Here's your next one, right? There's your lower structure. There's the middle. Here's the new one, right? And so you will, and I would say this with 99.9% certainty, at some point you will test 59.15. It could be, you could be at 6,200 before you test it. You could be at 7,000 before you test it. At some point, this will get tested, and this will be the long that you really want to be looking at. This will be the exact same long that this was, the same long that this was, off of that previous high. It's the same exact thing. Bam, 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 bam. When does it happen? Not sure, right? But that is something I would be very focused on if you do get downside towards 59.15 and you panic because the market's dropping and you start shorting into that level, right? And then this level holds and it squeezes back higher, right? You need to understand why that happened. This is very important. This is not a level to short into. This is basically shorting here and shorting here. If you shorted into this high, you lost. And if you shorted this into this high, you lost. All right? So I would not short into this high, 59.15. That's why I'm not really interested in the shorts here, because this is way too bullish of a structure. But if we get that downside, you better be paying attention to where that comes in, because that's going to be a big opportunity. That's going to be a big opportunity when it comes. Does it happen soon? I don't know. That's right here, right? See the golden zone on my charts? Right here. That's that zone. 5,900 to 5,915, the 20 SMA. If we can get that drop, this is going to be a special retracement long that I would absolutely be looking for, right? 38.2, 50% retracement, previous highs, 20 SMA. I mean, this thing's going to line up like no other right here. So if we get it, we'll see. I don't know, but that is really what you want to target, in my opinion. That's really what you want to target. So for that reason, that's why I'm a little bit patient, looking for longs up in here, because I know that this is really the long I want. 59.85, 6,010. Definitely important today, right? 6,010, 59.85. Big levels to watch today in the short term. Be careful of that. Okay, be aware of those holds. If we do move down into that 59.85, watch that low again that held over the last few days. If we break under 59.85, then I think we're starting to get towards our 59.15, right? I think if we create a new low under this 85, then we're going to start getting our 59.15 move, right? This would be where I say, okay, it's coming, right? That would be the break that I'd say, hey, I think we're going to get it. So under 59.85, I think you move to 59.50. I don't know if that would really hold, but it could show a little bit of something. Ultimately, I think that would bring us to our 59.15 zone. Let's see if we can grab that. But for now, it's not happening, right? For now, you have to say, hey, 985 is holding, 10 is holding, and if we break over 40 today, right, we're going higher. We're going higher. We're not going to get it, right? If we get over 40 today, we're going higher, and it's going to leave behind this 5,900 level in the dust. Very possible. The market does not have to pull back to that level. I'd like it to, but it does not have to if these short-term demands continue to hold, which they are, right? So here's the SPY. You can see these short-term demands are holding as well on the SPY. You can see right here, this 594, this 596.70, very key structure demand still holding. You are not shorting into these levels, right? No matter how much you want downside on the market, you are not shorting a bullish market into these levels. It just doesn't quite make sense in terms of trading with the market. I just don't really, I really wouldn't do that. Where I would start to short is a break under 594. This is where I think you can possibly start to get a little bit more slippery downside. Under 594, you'd start to trade within that gap, right, and probably bring this down, honestly, to 590, which would potentially bring us back to our 585, which is that big demand low. But 594, that is your major low, right? That is where you need to see a hold. I would not short until that breaks. That is the same thing as not shorting under 50, or not shorting until we break 59.85. That would be the key hold that you need to see. So that is 594 on the SPY. That is very clear at 594. You guys can see right here, 594 on SPY, 596.70. The clear supply is at 600. Now, I want to show you guys real quick the daily chart and share with you that big retest that I'd be looking for, and I really don't know if it could get much cleaner. This has got to be one of the cleanest moments in time over the last few months on the stock market. Maybe that is why I have done so well, right? Actually, you know what? I do attribute that to why I've done so well over this year. Seriously, I'm not bullshitting. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, or sort of talk myself up. I really do attribute my success this year to how clean this stock market is. Look at this chart. It is not often that you get this clean of a 4-hour chart over the last 4 months. This is about as clean of a chart as you could possibly see. That is a beautiful SPY chart. That is like straight from the textbook. I mean, look at the levels here. Look at the highs that turned into lows. Look at the highs, right, that turned into lows. Look at the lows that held as lows again. Look at the squeeze over this high here, right? And look at how this could potentially set up this next long that would set up here at 585, right? And, I mean, this is just a beautiful-looking chart. And you could really see where that next level comes in, right? You can very clearly see where that next long comes in. This right here, I mean, look at this chart, and would you be surprised to see this come in, right? Would you be surprised to see that pullback, that hold right here, that next long, right? that would be just a continuation of this gorgeous market structure higher. So be excited for the pullback, man. Get excited. Don't be scared of this market right now. If this market pulls back, you should be very excited, because this would really set up the next sexy opportunity. We'll see if we get it, but this market's hot. So this market's very hot. We might not get it, right? You might not get it. And so let's see what happens. I hope we do. Don't know if we will. So that's the SPY. All right. IWM. Big level here at 235. Nice hold of 235. This is going to have to hold for the small caps today right here. 235. Be aware of that. 239. That's the supply high that keeps rejecting, right? So we got to be careful there. And then the all-time high, 244.50. But yeah, I think the small caps got to hold 235 today. If you failed at 235 on the IWM, I think you move back to 230. And then that would be an interesting long. But for now, I'd say 235 must hold here on the IWM. Okay. Let's go over the SMH real quick. Oh, no, we got to go over the Dow Jones. Dow Jones, Mike Jones. What a hold on the Dow here. Hello. Can't get this chart to zoom in. I hate when it does this. Dow Jones, strong. 43,800. 43,580. If you can get over that 44.3 today, then I would absolutely be looking for more Dow strength, right? If you get this flip today, you're going straight up, in my opinion. I mean, this would be a sexy flip. So I would say watch for the Dow to flip here. If you flip back over 44.3, if you flip back over this high and you see this hold as a new low, that's gonna be a trigger for that launch. That launch pad there. I would be watching that big time. 44,300. If you reject it again, then the Dow stays within this channel, and we have to wait. All right, pretty much that's that. Okay. All right, let's go to the SMH real quick before the data is released. I'm going to say this, guys. The upside on the NASDAQ really depends on this chart right here, in my opinion. This is it, right? This is the chart that you should be watching today. 247 SMH, previous major low, previous high, got back above it and squeezed, and we are right back at that 247. If this 247 does not hold today, if the SMH does not hold the 100 SMA, then I don't think you're going to see more upside on this market. You have to hold this 100 SMA, this 50 SMA on the SMH. This is also a very important long-term uptrend. You can see right here. Take a look at this uptrend that's been sitting on this market. You have a low, you have a low, you have a low, you have a low. So this is it. I mean, this really is it to me. This is, whether you get more downside on these semis, that I think breaks down an important trend. I would assume this holds just in the light of the strength that we're seeing on this market. I would not be surprised to see this just push off this level. But SMH 247, guys, that's huge today. That's going to be a must watch. Yeah, ASML. Oh, baby. Yeah, she's waking up. So this is definitely a watch today. Yeah, I know the ASML is what's sort of triggering this upside. A lot of room on ASML. Don't be, I'd be ready for this thing. I'm going to be watching this for sure. We'll go over it in a second. All right. Let's wait for the data to come out in 1 minute. I would really appreciate if you guys could just take a second out of your day and press the like button. We got 2,600 people here and 800 likes. That is terrible. That's a terrible ratio. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Yeah. Here we go. What happened to Hims? Oh, yeah. It's probably because of that Amazon. Yeah, it's the Amazon news that's hurting Hims. Yeah, that's going to be something to watch. That Amazon Teledoc news. That's going to hurt Hims. All right. Might have to be careful there on the shares I own. See what happens there. A lot of competitors in that healthcare space, for sure. Would have been nice if Amazon bought Hims. That would have been nice. All right. Not a whole lot. PPI 0.3 versus 0.3. I mean, everything in line with expectations, same as yesterday. All right, not much. Anticlimactic. All right, let's move on. Stocks. Tesla. All right, so I sold my Tesla yesterday, locked in a monster profit. You can go watch my video yesterday. I think it's time for the slide, right? I think it's a good time for the slide. We had a fantastic long squeeze, and we're going to get our next sort of, I would say, pullback, right? It's very obvious. I mean, not obvious, but it's very common, right, to see this. So I would continue to anticipate this a little bit. Not liking the PPAF, right? The PPAF, we talked about this. Pre-market pop, afternoon fade. That's the PPAF. I don't like this. I will not be long if this continues, right? I don't want to be long Tesla if we are doing pre-market pops and afternoon fades. That is what happened yesterday, and we talked about this in the live stream. We said, hey, you know, Tesla's up pre-market, great, right? Beautiful pre-market squeeze, but if this thing does not hold up, then you better be aware, and that is exactly what Tesla did. That is exactly what it did. Tesla popped, faded the entire day, stayed weak, and has not moved since. So I don't like that, right? I'm not going to sit through that. I think Tesla needs to move lower before it moves higher at this point. I would personally look for 300. That really is a spot that I'm watching. I think that would be a nice retracement of some of this straight-up action. 300. 315 is also a big spot, so I'm going to be watching 315 and 300. I want to be looking for those pullbacks. For now, one of the best pullbacks would be 270. I don't know if we're going to get that. That would give back everything, so that's pretty ugly, right, if we give back all of this. But I'm going to, for now, watch 300, watch that 315. I think 300 and 290 are your key spots, right? I think 300 and 290 are your key spots right here. This is where I'm really waiting for. That would be just about, if we draw out the fib, that would be, I mean, that's the golden zone. Again, that is the exact long that happened here. This long happened between the 50 and 61.8. This 50 and 61.8 comes in between 300 and 290. That is beautiful. So that is pretty much where my mind is set right now. 300 to 290. Until then, letting Tesla fade, right? Oh my God. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. Channel bound. Still. Let's see. So, 290, 300. I'll be looking for that. If not, you know, we'll see what happens at the 322 lows. We'll see what happens at the 315s. But this zone right here is where I'm going to be watching. Okay. Nvidia. I don't think. Here's my honest opinion. I think Nvidia's going to get pretty weighted upon. Basically, I don't think that's the right way to say that. There's going to be a lot of weight on top of Nvidia at 150. I don't know if you're going to get this break before earnings, to be honest. I feel like you're just not going to get this break before earnings. Maybe. I would probably not look to long into this level. While I do really like this retest here at 144, while I really do like that retest, and I think it's beautiful, you are holding perfectly above previous highs. I don't know if there's enough risk reward here to long into 150. I really don't think there's enough room here. The way Nvidia has been trading on the intraday just hasn't been as sexy as you want it. It's been sort of choppy. It's been sort of slow, right? I would only look to long Nvidia on panic sell-offs. That's when I would look to sell long Nvidia. Give me some kind of panic sell-off in the 143. Give me some kind of panic sell-off into the 20 SMA. That's where I would long Nvidia at this point. I really don't think I want to long Nvidia into 150. If I could see the little panic sell-off into the 20, we have a panic sell-off in the 140, then I would look to pick it up and, play that, wick back higher type move. Nvidia is good for that wick back higher. It loves to do it. But you got to be patient for like that. Let people start thinking, oh, here's the end of Nvidia, and then play that wick back higher. For me, that's maybe down at 143.50. That's the 20 SMA. That's 140. I just don't see the value in longing into this 150 personally. It's just not there as of now. If we get over 150 and start moving and grooving, then sure, let's look at it again. AMD ended up being the perfect example of a break and retest rejection. You guys can see right here, previous major lows turned into perfect rejection highs. So this is nothing but a break and retest short. So beautiful there on AMD. I have sold all of my AMD shares. They are laying off people. Something is wrong with AMD fundamentally, and I have no interest in trading it. I'm just going to put it at that. Zero interest. It has taken my money, and I'm not going to fall for the trap. Something is fundamentally wrong with AMD. I could be overreacting on selling my shares, but I have no interest in looking at it, to be honest. I think your money is better spent elsewhere at this point. So, AMD, I don't know. Something strange there. Broadcom, 173. That's a must hold. If Broadcom does not hold this 173 today and this 50 SMA, you're going lower to 165. That's a big hold here on Broadcom today. 173 in the 50 SMA. Keep an eye out for that. Yeah, Hims is dropping. I know. It's dropping because of Amazon and Teladoc news. We'll have to see, man. I still like the company. I'm not going to exit because of that. We'll see if this holds. But, yeah, I mean, that's obviously going to hurt Hims. That's competition right there. So, let's go to TSM real quick. TSM, guys, if we're weak today, I'm going to tell you one thing. This TSM might be a nice short, okay? If we are weak today on the semiconductors and this NASDAQ starts to move lower, this could be a very nice short. Take a look at this. 190, 190, 190, double bottom, triple bottom 190. This is sort of interesting. I'm not going to lie. This actually might be a short that I look for. 190, 190, 190. Break, retest. If this fails 190 today, this could be a very clean short entry. Look at the previous major lows. If that turns into highs here, then you're going to trade back to the next structure low, which is around that 182. So I would watch this. TSM 190, be aware of what goes on there today on TSM 190. Okay? MU is at a must-hold spot. I really don't think the stock can break this level. If it does, then no bueno, in my opinion. Look at this low here on MU. 99. Look at this low, right? Underneath 99, there ain't much here on MU. So I think MU's got to hold here. Be aware of that 99. There could be a risk-reward long here, like there has been the last 3 times. So you could look for that risk-reward long. But if you want to take this long on MU at 99, you better be looking for that SMH to find something today. That SMH needs to find something. That NASDAQ needs to hold up. If they do, then I would watch that MU long. But let's see. Watch that MU 99. All right, let's move on from the semiconductors. Microsoft took a long one this yesterday, took profits because of the NASDAQ. It was a nice squeeze. It was a very nice profit, about 55%, but I just played it with the market because as much as I wanted to see Microsoft continue, I knew it wasn't going to do it if that NASDAQ was rejecting, and that NASDAQ sure as hell is still rejecting. So we got a beautiful squeeze on Microsoft, beautiful long off that 416 low, nice breakout squeeze, but it failed once again. It can't get over this 426 level. You still rejecting this 100 SMA on Microsoft, and for now, that keeps me out of it again. So I would need to see Microsoft above that 426 and holding for that next leg higher. Until then, it looks like it's going to stay stuck between this zone. So I'd be watching that Microsoft 426.50 today. Google getting a little bit tired up here towards this 183.50. You guys can see right here. Starting to get a little bit tired up here. I don't know if I'd long it into that. 179.50, 180 looks like a nice low, but I think personally I'd want this level, right? I think you're going to get that 20 SMA to catch up. You're going to get maybe this little pullback to 175 and then maybe that next long. That's what I'd look for. I'd like this a little bit more than I like this. But you could watch that 180 here. I'd like that 175 a little bit more. Amazon, absolute monster of a stock. You're looking for a pullback today, and I'll tell you exactly where you're looking. This could be a fantastic retest at 212.50. I think even better of a retest is here at 210. 210, 211, you have a previous high, high, high. If you get a pullback and a long off this level, that could be very, very pretty. I would watch 212. I would watch 210. Those would be great pullback longs to look for here. Definitely watch that. Also down to that 208 and 206. In Amazon, the strongest tech stock right now, maybe besides Netflix. Netflix is on an absolute rope. I cannot believe the move that Netflix is making. And if you guys come to this live stream, what a miss this is for me. Because this was the exact thing that we talked about prior to the election. We said if the market's strong post-election, Netflix is going to go up. It's holding up so well. Man, I miss this thing really bad. So hope to see some kind of a pullback here. But for now, I'm just going to cry in the corner, wait for 800 to come back. Can't chase this thing. Can't do it. So if I can get this move back to 800, I'll look for that next long. Until then, it's on a rope, man. It's the strongest stock. I'll just let my shares do their work. Disney, still below some major supply, guys. Still below some major supply. You need to be aware of you need to zoom out, okay? 120. Look at that smackdown at 120. 120 and 126.50 are big smackdown levels here. If you go out to the weekly chart, you're going to see this. Look at the weekly chart here. Look at where Disney fails. See here? See there? See there? See there? So, I would not want to be long anywhere in here. If you can get over that, then great. But I would not want to be long. Anyone that long Disney, because it went up into this level, lost. Oh my God, Disney, lost. Oh my God, Disney, lost. So, here's another oh my God, Disney. This could be another loss. So, I would not long Disney. I would not get interested in Disney. I would not get excited about Disney until it breaks this weekly high at 126.50. Until then, it's just going to live down here. So, watch that 126.50. Let's go to Apple. Apple's been maintaining really nicely, but really has not moved because the market's not moving itself. So, really not much to report here, but Apple has been maintaining very nicely down in this demand low, but you're going to need the market to wake up for this to go anywhere. Crowdstrike, what an absolute awesome stock. What an absolute awesome trade. What an absolute monster of a break and retest trade. Sick. Beautiful retests. Beautiful squeeze. At this point, I think you need a pullback to 336 before you can get involved again, right? Right here. 336. That would be my retest long. The reason for that, I'll show you on the 4-hour chart. Why 336? That's right here, guys. 336 is actually the low of this gap fill, or of this gap. That's 336 to be exact, and that would be right here, 336. So that's going to be the one. That's going to be what I wait for on CrowdStrike. I'm actually going to set an alert there. If we can get back to 336, then I would look for the potential long there. So at or below 337. If we can get there, I'll be watching that. Let's go to Lululemon. This was a sick trade. Took my profits on it yesterday. This was, again, the definition of structure. Look at this chart on Lulu. Bam, bam, bam. Rejection at 335 in the 200 SMA. This was our target, and did we hit our target, man? It's a perfect target. We nailed it. I mean, we nailed the target. And I had to take profits because of that. That's just how I'm gonna have to stay, confident on. If it hits my target, I take the trade-off. see if I can show you the original plan here. Where is it? Yeah, back on the 8th, it was sort of squeezed into 336. And I'm just going to say, hey, if it's going to hit that level, I got to take it off. I got to be a disciplined trader. So I took all the profits off. Could it go higher? Yeah. But where's the reentry? Right here. Look at the alerts I have. You see these alerts I got? I got an alert back at the 322.50. I got an alert over 335. I'm going to wait to see if one of those levels touch today. Okay. Let's go to some small cap action. Hood. I own some shares of Hood. I like the story. I'm aligned. I like what Hood's doing. Believe it or not. I think they also are in a great position to take advantage of the cryptomaniacs, the craziness that may ensue here. I think they definitely are the leader of taking advantage of that. So I'm watching this, them and Coinbase, obviously. But yeah, I'm just going to stay long Hood as long as it's over 30. I think it's still a fantastic consolidation. You got to get over 34. But for now, I'm just going to wait. All right. Hims breaking down today, unfortunately, because of the Amazon news. I was really, really interested in this break and retest long. Looks like I'm going to get smacked in the face a little bit on some shares today because of Amazon and Teladoc news. And that's unfortunate. But, hey, what are you going to do? Sometimes you get hit by news, huh? Not much I can do about that. 23.50, I think, is probably where this comes down to. Let's look for that retest. Let's look for that retest of 23.50 right here. See this? Right there, right there. Let's see if we come back down to that level. Let's see if it shakes off this news, right? This is not something I sell. I don't sell positions because of this. I wait to see if it shakes it off. So I'm going to wait to see if this gets shaken off. 23.50. If it can reclaim back above that 25, that would be huge. Okay. Palantir, 60. Great spot to watch today. Look at this 60 level. See that 60? Look at that hold yesterday. Look at these previous rejections. Look at these holds here. You have holds, rejections, holds. That's a very nice level at 60. I would watch Palantir 60 today. I would also look for pullbacks to 56. That would really be nice. Let's go to ASML real quick. ASML squeezing. Man, it really is still squeezing, huh? I didn't really want it to go this far. But this is a very, very important. I would watch this very closely. 680 to 685. If it can defend this low, I think this is a great, great thing to watch here. If you can get over 707 here, this low, I think you continue. And I really do think you're going to continue to that 737, 740 area. Right here. You can see these previous lows here, these highs here. If you get over that 740 area, 737, you're going to have, you have straight up here. All right, this is a big level to watch, right? So keep an eye on that. 737, 707, and 680 to 685. Okay, ASML, big watch. ASML, what else? Let's go to Meta. Meta a little bit weak this morning. Looks like, yeah, not holding. I need to see it hold this 20 SMA. Not holding 20 SMA. You can see right here. He's gone. I would like to see Meta hold the 20 SMA. You can see right here. And I think this is a very interesting. This guy says, I'm mad I don't own Bitcoin. Have you made $1 trading? There ain't much for me to be mad about in my life right now, my friend. Not a whole lot about it. Definitely not about Bitcoin. Try again next time. 572, 577. I would like to see that 20 SMA hold, right? I would, but I don't think if the market's weak, you're probably going to get 572, right? You'll probably get 572. If you come back lower, I'd say 572 is the right spot to look for. Sort of give back this straight up move, retest that 72, and then see if this can move. Thoughts on SMCI? Don't touch it, man. I bet you that goes out of business. This thing's probably gone. It's gonna get delisted. It's do not touch it. What else? Costco. Yeah, Costco previous all-time high. Interesting spot, right here. Look at this, guys. Previous all-time high. Look how Costco's holding that. I would watch that. Costco can be a crazy move. Previous all-time high 926. Perfect break and retest hold. Watch Costco. Yeah, Coinbase. Definitely a watch here, guys. There's some big levels here. So watch Coinbase pullbacks. Don't be afraid of these pullbacks for now. You guys can see right here. This high right here, this 280 to 287 area, this is actually a quite interesting pullback zone. The only problem is you got to get back over 300 here, my friends. You got to get back over 300. If you don't get back over 300, then you ain't going higher, okay? You got to get back over 300. If you can get over 300, I think you can get more upside. If you do not, right, you're probably going to get back to 265. So I would say either over 300 or back at 265 is where I'd watch Coinbase. If you can reclaim 300, that could be a very interesting move back higher. That is alongside MicroStrategy holding this 320 and 330 area, which is also very interesting. Just got to sort of be careful on the Bitcoin move, right, guys? I mean, Bitcoin could pull back. You got to be aware of that. Bitcoin's up a lot. It's just like any other market, right? Bitcoin is not resilient to normal market conditions. So Bitcoin is straight up. Could it pull back and still be bullish? Yes, right? So while Bitcoin could pull back to 85,000 or something, right, then, we can get longs. We can find new longs. But if Bitcoin does pull back, like any other market would, Coinbase is going to pull back as well. MicroStrategy is going to pull back a little bit. So find these trades with levels, like you would anything else, and expect these, straight up moves to give you some pullback opportunities. That's all. Let's go to Square. Square, I really like this over 90 move. I'm going to be sort of staying long Square, just sort of comfortably over the next, I'd say, few months. I want to see if this thing can break over 90. This could be a really interesting breakout. Definitely watching this, waiting to see what happens at 90. For now, I'm looking to see if we can hold over this 85 area. These previous highs here at 85. If we could hold over 85, then I think we still have some nice juice behind this move, right? Sort of in this 85 to 84 zone. You have this, right, structure that looks still very interesting, but I need to see this level hold, 84 to 85. That would be what I'm watching today. All right, that's about it. NASDAQ futures, not really going anywhere. A bunch of nothing here. Hopefully we get some kind of direction today. If not, it's going to be pretty shitty again. All nothing here in the pre-market. Completely sideways. So please don't come into today with big expectations. Please don't come into today putting your whole account on a trade when the market's completely sideways. Please be safe out there. Please be smart. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I really want to play that intro again, but YouTube did not like that. So I'll figure that out. Chef, hope you're, little thing about, damn, Chef, I saw your Twitter yesterday, man. Glad that, very happy you were driving a Tesla. Thank you, Chef, for being here. And man, that was crazy. So I'll figure out the old YouTube BS stuff. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get that nice sexy intro again. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace and love.